right.
Yeah, the abs are freaking killing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's going on, YouTube friends and family? Thank you for coming into the video. It's titled Into the Mind of a Competitor, and basically I just wanted to give you guys the ability to see what are the thoughts that are going through your head constantly when you're about to compete. You know, when you're about to go to bed, or you're doing your workout, or you're doing your cardio or whatever, and there's those thoughts that are just always there. I call them white noise thoughts because they're just always there and they don't do anything. You know, you're just always constantly thinking about them, but it doesn't help to think about them, but it does stress you out. It does get you all worked up and stuff. So I'm gonna unload these for you guys because I feel like it's a great thing for you guys to see what goes on when you actually go into a competition, some of the thoughts and the thought processes that are behind going into a competition. And while your thoughts may be different than mine, these are things that happen to everyone. Everyone gets these white noise thoughts where you're just thinking about all these different things, especially when your competition is just 12 days away, just like mine is, or 11 days actually, so like really close. So I'm gonna unload these guys, and I hope you can stick around. I'd really appreciate it. It always makes me feel better when I can kind of unload whatever emotion I'm feeling, whether it's anger, stress, or even something good like happiness. I always feel better if I talk about it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it kind of gives you a little insight of what's going on when someone's about to go into competition. The first thought that is always on my mind, which is actually kind of counterintuitive to have this always on my mind, is how stressed I am. Because as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, when you get stressed, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is just like the worst thing ever when it comes to being aesthetic and building muscle and all that stuff. It actually breaks down some muscle, helps you retain fat, helps you retain water. It's just really bad to release cortisol. So I'm like, okay, let's not stress. And then I'm like, that's stressful to not stress. I'm stressing. And then I'm like, oh no, don't stress because you're stressing. And then I'm like, I'm stressed. So it's just like this continuous vicious cycle. And you always have to kind of like check yourself and try to figure out a way to, I guess, relax, which is pretty hard to do, but I'm trying. One of the most stressful things that have been just stuck on my mind is the whole tanning situation. Now, I know that sounds pretty stupid, like you should just be able to call up somebody and do it, but it's actually pretty stressful. You should be able to pay real money to get a real service without having to really worry about what that person wants to happen to you at that competition. So say I go to someone that tans me and they don't like me. Say there's some history. Say they know some people that I know or something, and they mess up the tan on purpose. Maybe they don't apply enough. Maybe they apply way too much. Maybe they make it a little streaky. Maybe they don't make it even. All that stuff sucks that I have to think about that because I'd still be paying the same amount of price, but not getting the effective, correct tan. So I'm right now searching for different people who will give me a better tanning, which is pretty stressful in itself too, because I thought I had the right person and now I'm all jumbled up. I gotta figure it out, but I will, no worries. Another thing that ties right into the whole tanning situation is that when I go to competitions, I've only done one before. When I go to competitions, especially at this place that I'm competing at, I sweat a lot. You guys know me, I sweat a lot. So I'm really worried because at my first competition, I sweat and I got streaks because I was sweating. So the tan was actually streaking down, which just looks terrible. It looks like you're covered in dirt, mud, and it just doesn't look aesthetic, which just ruins the whole thing. So I'm really hoping that I can figure out a way not to sweat this time. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna figure that out or deal with it, but I'm gonna talk pretty extensively with whoever it is that I'm gonna tan with and be like, hey, do you have any suggestions so that I don't sweat? Maybe I'll just wear no clothes. Maybe I'll just show up naked. Yeah. That'll be cold then, that'll be good. And yet another thing that ties into the whole tanning situation is that before you actually get a tan, you're supposed to exfoliate your skin. This takes off that first layer of dead skin, because if you have a bunch of dead skin, then that tan is not going to apply as well. You know, it's gonna be uneven. Some parts are gonna rub off a little bit because you have dead skin that's just releasing as the day goes on and whatnot. So you're supposed to exfoliate, take all that off, and then you have a fresh new layer, and then you get tan the next day or the day after that. The problem is that, as you guys know, this is my 50th week of Accutane, and on Accutane, your skin is extremely sensitive. So you can't go get a tan. I can't even, that's another thing. There's so many things. I can't get a base tan. A lot of people suggest getting a base tan, like actually going out in the sun or at a tanning booth and getting tanned. Then when you put the actual fake tan, the stuff on you, the not real tan, the fake and bake, that looks better because there's a correct color behind it. Instead of it being like white and then brown and then it looks orange, it's brown and brown and it just looks good. But I can't do that because, as you guys know, on Accutane, you're not allowed to tan. It's not good for you. I actually saw this video of a girl who went out in the sun for just 30 minutes, went to the beach and just laid there for 30 minutes. She took a video, her entire front of her body was covered in pus-filled blisters. Like literally, it looked painful. It just looked really bad. So I can't tan. I can't tan at all. And then I can't exfoliate either because my skin is already so sensitive that if I try to exfoliate, which I have before with a loofah and it was just reckless, I get really bad abrasions because my skin, maybe it's thinner. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on, but it's super sensitive. So if I just even like rub it roughly with some sort of exfoliant, it turns super red and gets like almost like an abrasion. So I can't do that. So I just have to not exfoliate and not tan, and I'm worried about my sweating on the tan. So it's just like the tan is stressing me out a little bit. Now another thing that a lot of you guys have been asking about, and I haven't really kept you guys perfectly updated on it, is my posing. Now I've done some posing practice. I've done like maybe 2 to 3 times a week for the last about 10 weeks, but I haven't really gone full on crazy and like been meticulous. When I was posing today, I was really realizing how severely impacted I am by Accutane and my slight scoliosis that I have, meaning that my spine goes left and right and it's a little deviated. When I do the side pose, my left side can actually turn much farther than my right side. And it's really messing me up because when I try to do my right side pose, I'm trying to think about all the same muscles that I'm trying to contract and keep in the same spot, but I have to adjust a little bit because my spine won't let me turn that way, which really sucks because there's nothing I can do about that. The Accutane has really locked up and seized my back, and I've never had to deal with my scoliosis like slight problem before, but now it's like 10 times over amplified. And it's not like that it hurts that much. It's a little sore and stuff, and if I try to like twist too far, of course it hurts a bit. It's not that bad, but it's just stopping me from doing the poses exactly perfect. But I know a lot of you guys right now are getting ready on your keyboards and being like, oh, da, 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 da. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep practicing my posing. I'm not joking around about this. I know I tell you guys that I'm not taking this like in such a crazy way. I'm trying to show you a way to go into competitions with a little less stress, but I'm not joking around. I'm not trying to lose or anything. I'm still trying to do my absolute best. I just try to put a realist spin on it. So I'm gonna be perfecting my poses. Don't worry, over the next 11 days, I'll be doing it for like an hour, 2 hours every single day, really meticulously looking at it and figuring it out. And right now I actually feel like my poses are pretty good, but you guys can let me know what you think. I'm sure you guys are seeing the video overlaid over this talking portion right now. Another thing that I'm not really gonna go far into detail about, but another thing that kind of sucks about these competitions is that the judges are actually on teams, and then there are people that are competing that are on that same team. So it's like, can you really tell me that you're not biased? Like, can you really say that? Or are you just gonna tell me that and be lying to me? I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe they are completely fair, but probably not. And this last one isn't stressing me out, but it's kind of disappointing me. I've been talking to a couple people who know people going to be competing in my competition, and they're on gear. They're just openly telling me about their friend who's taking I don't even know what I completely forget what it is, but someone's taking like this diuretic that's crazy with like Mastron, and I've heard a couple other people taking like Annie up to this point and then stopping, and then they're moving to other things, and I'm just like, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to like lie to each other and like try to like manipulate it around and be like, no, I'm completely natty, and then not be natty? Like, why can't we all just not take steroids and just lift really heavy, earn what we have, in 7 years have the mass that you could have had at 2 years with steroids, but have earned it, earned that shit. It wasn't given to you by a golden spoon, it wasn't given to you by a roller coaster. You had to go through each grade of school and slowly learn and grow, instead of jumping from 2nd grade all the way to high school. And you don't really know the shit in between here, but you're big enough to be in high school now. Like, that's stupid. And for those of you wondering right now whether my competition is actually drug tested for steroids or not drug tested, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. And the reason I'm doing this competition that's not drug tested is simply because it's the closest one to me. All the other ones are like a couple hours away, and it's just not worth it to me because I don't really care about like taking the championship win. I just want to go on stage and show my best presence to myself. I want to be like, okay man, you came in looking not so great when you were 18, and now you've done it. You've done it correctly and it looks good. And that's just something that I want in myself. All right guys, so I just wanted to give you an overview of what's going on in my mind, these thoughts that are just bouncing around all the time, give you a little insight of my stress levels and my thoughts and stuff. But please don't worry, I'm gonna be okay. I'm not so stressed that you have to worry about me. I'm not gonna go off the deep end or anything. I'm stressed, but I'm dealing with it. It's okay. It's completely okay to have feelings like stress, sadness, anger, all those things. This morning I went into my workout and I was like pissed. Like, I wanted to hit somebody, but I didn't want to hit. I wasn't gonna hit somebody. I wasn't gonna, like, you know, snap or anything, but like that's how I felt. I was like, yeah, I wanna box right now, or something. I wanna get aggressive. And I hit those weights hard as hell. And that was me turning anger and stress into something good, into fuel, into gasoline for my workout. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was something different that you're not used to. Maybe it give you some insight on something that you completely don't know about, or maybe you're a competitor yourself and you're thinking about your competition in 16 weeks or next year or something, and this can maybe give you a little bit of anecdotal insight, a little bit of experience about how this is going to go and what you can prepare yourself to get ready for. While this whole situation is really stressful, I want to say that I love each and every one of you guys that have been supporting me throughout the whole thing, because without you guys, this wouldn't have happened. Because you guys are behind me with all this support, it's impossible for me to quit or fail this competition prep. I just want to do it for you guys, and I want to show you how I can get it done. And it's so great that you guys come in every single day and leave a comment and say, hey man, I really enjoyed this video, or hey man, I really think you're gonna look great. I really think you're gonna come in looking good for your competition. All that stuff. While you maybe I don't know what you think, but maybe you think you post it and I don't even see it, or I just scroll by it. I love reading those. I get those updates on my cell phone and I'm like, yes, okay. Come on, man. You gotta do this cardio. Like, you were gonna do it, but now you have a reason to do it. There's people watching you, man. You gotta be on this. So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you for that support. Please like the video if you have not liked the video, and share this with people who need to see it. You know, someone who's gonna go through competition prep. Let them see some of the thoughts that I'm having so that they can kind of get an idea of what it is, and even though their thoughts are gonna be a little different, they can kind of prepare themselves for what's to come. All right, guys, it's time to go have some plain chicken breast and some plain brown rice, but I'm pretty excited for it. I love you all. Team Beyond the Week. Big J.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN! Yeah!